Hey, yo, what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Ashton Jackson, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the ways in which the Dallas Cowboys can beat the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, and then I'm also going to be talking about Dak Prescott having season-ending hamstring surgery that he suffered in the last week's game against the Atlanta Falcons, and it was a partially torn hamstring, similar to what Tyron Smith had, but Tyron Smith was completely his hamstring was completely torn off the bone. He had to miss 13 games, and that happened when that happened to him. That was like in July or August, and he didn't come back until December. So Dak Prescott is going to be out for the year. I'm going to be talking about and why in which that is kind of a blessing in disguise for the Dallas Cowboys, and then I'm going to talk about the matchup. So before we hop into the video, I'd appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment and share my video with anyone who you think will enjoy my content. First thing I'm going to talk about is Dak Prescott being out for the year. Prayers up to him. Prayerfully, he's able to come back for mini camp in May, which I think he should be fully recovered by then. But prayerfully, he's able to have a nice, clean surgery and no setbacks happen. And really, I mean, with him being out, and then you got Deron Bland that's possibly going to be out for the year because Deron Bland injury was they said initially it was going to be 5 to 6 weeks, right, when it first happened. We got the news in August. Now he hasn't been able to play for the last few games, and they cut some people to bring in Deron Bland, and now it seems like Deron Bland is filling up a roster spot, and he can't get ready to play. He's having some setbacks right now, so it looks like Deron Bland is out. He is out for tomorrow's game. I'll talk about the injury report in a little bit, but again, some of your best players are going to be missing for the rest of the year, or not even that. They're just gonna be missing a majority of the season. I don't think they're going to try and rush back Brandon Cooks. Same goes for DeMarcus Lawrence. But when your quarterback is out, and Dak Prescott was the only reason why you were going to win games, now I understand. Was he playing the best when he was here? No, but neither was the guys around him as well. So Dak Prescott had a crappy year, but it's fine. We were set up. The Dallas Cowboys and us as fans, we were set up to have a terrible season anyway. So that's why I said back in March I didn't have really big expectations for this team. I said that maybe we can win 10 games, 11 games with the core group of guys that you had with Diggs, Lamb, Dak, and Micah, but you didn't foresee Dak Prescott having a season-ending uh, partially torn hamstring. You didn't see CeeDee Lamb mess up his shoulder happening in August. You didn't see Michael Parsons having a high ankle sprain or a really big ankle injury, and then he isn't coming back until week 10. He missed 4 games, and he missed 5 weeks of football because he even was out during the bye week. He wasn't ready to come back after the bye week. So, we had a bunch of injuries. You know, they're showing some signs of quit. But right now, with Dak Prescott not being in, you're not gonna win a lot of football games. I highly doubt we win another football game. If we don't win another football game, that's fine, because we end up with a top 5 pick, and we're able to get a guy like Territory McMillan out of U of A, Arizona. If we're able to get a guy, if we don't win another game, we only win 3 games, we might be able to pick top 4, top 5, and if we can get Territory McMillan, and then or Will Graham, or my bad, not Will Graham, but Mason Graham, or you got Travis Hunter up there. There's some prospects that I'm looking at right now that if the Dallas Cowboys are sticking and they pick in the top 5, I would love the Dallas Cowboys to stay in that top 5 and pick somebody. Or if they want to trade down and get a guy like Ashton Genty, or if they want to get a guy like Abdul Carter, edge out of Penn State. So I'm going to hold the draft talk for a little bit, but I think with Dak Prescott being out and them not really being in a big rush to bring back a guy like Deron Bland, guy like DeMarcus Lawrence, they're definitely forfeiting this season. So that's fine. But then that's it. Prayerfully Dak Prescott comes back fine, but on to next year, really, for him. And right now, we're going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Right now, I'm going to be talking about the injury report for the Dallas Cowboys. With me just saying that Dak Prescott's going to be out for the year, you already know that he's out for this game. Wyatt Thomas is also out due to a concussion. Deron Bland is not going to be able to play. The guys are listed questionable for the Dallas Cowboys are Trayvon Diggs again with his calf, Tyler Guyton with a neck, Eric Kendricks with a shoulder, Michael Parsons is questionable, but he's going to play this game, and Nick Vigil with a foot as well. For the Philadelphia Eagles, they're mainly healthy. All their top guys are healthy. Guys that were on the injury report like Saquon, Mekhi Becton, their right guard, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, Bryce Huff, Jalen Hurts, Cam Jurgens, Devontae Smith, all those guys are able to play, and they're gonna be able to play on Sunday, which is it happens. They're on a high right now. They're winning a lot of football games right now, and it's Dallas week for them, and they want to get us back and take care of us and stuff like that. So really, the number one way in which we can beat the Philadelphia Eagles is one, of course, what we got to stop the run. I talk about that all the time, but I think that when we do go into that 6-1 look, and they have six guys crowded around the line of scrimmage. You got four down defensive linemen, two outside linebackers, and just one middle linebacker in the middle of the defense. I think when you have it set up like that and you have that 6-1 even front, I think that, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, which leads into my second point. But I think if you line up in that front, you're going to be asking Kalen Carson a lot to guard a guy like Devontae Smith on the outside if we do line up in that sort of personnel. If they line up in 12 personnel, one back, two tight ends, I can see the Dallas Cowboys getting in that formation of defensively 6-1 and try to get pressure or try to stop the run like that. Again, you cannot like Saquon Goff in this game. He's another person that similar to that Jahmyr Gibbs, Derrick Henry. He's been playing like one hell of a back this year. That's why I wanted to sign him in free agency, either him or Josh Jacobs, because I felt like Saquon Barkley could bring that type of CMC type of impact to a football team when you have a winning culture around him, right? With a decent offensive line, and he's been having a really good season. He's another guy that can go out, line up in route, like how Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson can. They can line out when they go five wide. They can put Saquon on a decent route and look for him. He's a viable option. I've seen him catch passes out of the backfield on wheel routes, whether that was against the Jacksonville Jaguars or Week 1 versus the Green Bay Packers, or when they played the Cincinnati Bengals, they had him on a wheel route. So we gotta watch out for that as well. They're gonna try to put Eric Kendricks or even DeMarvin Overshown on that. More than likely, they want to get Kendricks on him because he's a slower-footed linebacker compared to DeMarvin Overshown. But that's some ways in which we got to watch out for Saquon Barkley. Number 2, we got to pressure Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts still can't throw the ball in terms of getting out and making a read or making a hot read or motioning or calling the right play, checking into the right play for his guys to get open because he sees man coverage. He's very bad against blitzes, and you saw that with Todd Bowles did that when they played Tampa earlier this year. That was a butt whooping that they received by the Philadelphia Eagles because of they were able to get to Jalen Hurts by natural four-man pass rush, but even then they were sending 6 to 7 guys and they were getting home on Jalen Hurts. So you have to pressure Jalen Hurts, and that's what I was talking about with the 6-1, where you got 4 down defensive linemen, 2 outside linebackers, which will be Maris Liufau and DeMarvin Overshown, and then you have Kendricks lined up in the middle linebacker spot. You're going to have Overshown lined up with Micah. I think Micah and Overshown should be lined up on that left side, giving that side fits, right? Because they don't have Jordan Mailata playing in this game. So, getting on that left side is going to be really great for the Dallas Cowboys to attack that side, and I think they'll be fine. If they want to pressure Jalen Hurts, you got to do it from that left side because they still have Lane Johnson and Mekhi Becton on that right side. So, again, I think if we line up Micah and DeMarvin Overshown on the left side, we're going to have decent success getting to Jalen Hurts. Got to tackle. Again, this is a yak team. If you can't tackle Saquon Barkley, he's going to embarrass you. He might jump over you, he might back hurdle you, whatever the case might be. A.J. Brown is a monster. You don't want to, if you can't tackle him, that's a yak dude. Same thing goes with Devontae Smith. You can't tackle him, he's going to make a big play. Same goes for Dallas Goedert. You have to tackle in this game. Another thing, you have to force them to make a mistake. You have to force turnovers on this team and get Cooper Rush in this team and short down situations, right? You have to give them short fields. You don't want this Cooper Rush-led team to drive the full length of the field, 70 yards, 75 yards each and every time, right? So, got to force them to make a mistake. We have to force a takeaway. If we can get at least 1 to 2 takeaways in this game, I think we'll be fine in this game. Also, offensively now, right, since we're talking about offense, we got to punch the ball into the red zone. The more times that we get 6 versus 3 in this game, I think we'll be just fine and we'll be okay to stick in this game. But we have to, if we do get into the red zone, we have to capitalize and get 6 instead of kicking 3, right? The other thing that we have to do, we have to run the ball. If Cooper Rush throws a ball 35, 40 times in this game, it's going to be because it's a blowout and, we're playing catch up. We have to run the ball. When Bryce Huff and Josh Sweat are on the edges, teams can run on them. There's a stat out there that you're able to average 6 yards a carry when those guys are in there. But when they have their backups in like Nolan Smith and then their other edge guy, not named Sweater, Bryce Huff, teams, they're only allowing 3 yards a carry. So let's try to get the ball on the edge, try to get Guyton and Tyler Smith out left side on some counter trey, have some guys on some toss sweeps, crack tosses when they're getting out there in space and they're able to mow guys down like Quinyon Mitchell, um, Gardner Johnson, their safety, and then they got the other one, the N'Kobe Dean linebacker. So, force those corners to tackle. I know Cooper DeJean and Quinyon aren't afraid to tackle, but if you get Tyler Smith and Tyler Guyton in space, or even Terrence Steele and Zach Martin in space, if Zach Martin plays, you know, those corners, those linebacker safeties don't want to see those offensive linemen running at them like that in open field, right? So I think if we do some things like that with Rico, we're going to be just fine. Utilize play action. Utilize the play action off of if you're able to run the ball effectively well. Get under center. Utilize some play action. Get CeeDee Lamb, get Jake Ferguson, get Jalen Tolbert, get those guys open versus this team, and we'll be fine. Get Rush on the move. Don't have him be in the pocket like a sitting duck. Don't do that. Um, and then again, I talk about it all the time. We got to utilize motion. Mitchell and Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean are very good young corners, but there's no way that CeeDee Lamb shouldn't be moving around the formation. We did it last year. That's when he had 11 catches, 191 yards, when he was able to move around the formation. Let's do that again. Do that with Ferguson as well. We should be able to eat in this game. Don't turn the ball over. We see every single time that we lose a turnover differential, we either get blown out or we just flat out lose. So don't turn the ball over. Limit the penalties that you can control. We had way too many pre-snap penalties. In fact, we had 5 last game. There can't be any pre-snap penalties in this game. There can't be any special teams penalties because of Bones Fossil wanting to make a staple, wanting to make his name. He wants to put his imprint onto the game. Let's not do that. Last but not least, but you have nothing to lose. You got to play like it. You're 3-5 right now. You just lost your quarterback for the year. You know, your other star defensive corner, all pro corner isn't going to be playing. You're not going to have Tank Lawrence. Everyone else in your defense really has been playing bad outside of 13. So and Jordan Lewis. So you got to think about, you know, you have nothing to lose. Yeah, it's a division game. You got to get up for it. But let's go out. Let's go win this game. Teams that have nothing to lose, those are the most dangerous teams in the NFL. We can go out and go get a upset win versus this team. The Philadelphia Eagles aren't unbeatable. You can beat this team. Do I think that you can beat it with this particular team? No, but I think if you catch them lacking, I think you can get them and beat them in some areas. Like I said, if you stop the run and you force this team to throw, you can get to Jalen Hurts. If you're able to run the ball and punch the ball in the red zone, you'll be able to win this game. You also gotta force some takeaways. You're having Micah Parsons back, so you'll be fine. That should be able to help out your secondary. DeMarvin Overshown is going to make an impact in this game, whether it's playing quarterback, spy on Jalen Hurts, sacking the quarterback, whatever the case might be. The video. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.